Okay, we survived Halloween. Welcome to HorrorBuzz Live, and man, that was one epic season. Today we are going to kind of recap some things and chit chat and just recover. We're going to recover, um, and we're still going to try to give away this Purge, this Forever Purge Blu-ray. It's 4K, guys. Come on, who doesn't want 4K? Four of them. It's not three. It's four. And my green screen is acting up, but I don't care. Do you want to know why? Because I'm thankful. You see, I'm thankful. We're moving into the Thanksgiving phase of HorrorBuzz, and yeah, this is what we're doing. So before we get into the show, please, please like and subscribe us on YouTube and Facebook. And if you would like to join the HorrorBuzz team, once again, I will make sure to put that link in the chat for everybody to see. Here we go. That's the private chat. That's the backstage chat. Hold on a minute. Okay, so everybody wants to, if anybody wants to join, we desperately need people to review movies, games, books, all of that stuff. 2022 is going to be huge. So, that being said, also please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I mean, if you're watching us on Facebook, obviously that's what you're doing now. But let's go ahead and bring in one of my favorite people in the whole world, Miss Lindsey.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm thankful for you, Norm, now that we're in this Thanksgiving season.
Yeah, whatever.
I haven't quite moved on, though. As you can see, I know it's November 2nd, but I am very reluctantly taking things down. It's like every time I pull something down, a piece of my soul flies away.
See, I'm like the opposite one where, like, I'll wait till, because I don't want Sam coming after my ass. So I wait till, 12:01, November 1st, and then I start taking things down. It's like ripping the Band-Aid off. Just do it. Just like I can't deal with that mourning or that extended sadness. I'm done.
The haunt-over, as it's called or as it's known.
Well, then I start planning for the coming year. You see.
This is true.
So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, there was so much that we saw this season. It just so much. Highlights, lowlights. But mainly what I think what's most encouraging is the fact that there's still a few things going on, right? If the pandemic taught us anything, it's that you can still be scary on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lindsey, do you have anything to share with us?
Oh, I do. You bet I do. And thankfully,
deep breath.
You're right. You caught me. I get too excited.
Deep breath and ready. Go.
Okay. Thankfully, not everybody's like Norm, and they don't take everything down at 12:01 on November 1st. There are plenty of folks out there who are trying to hold on to spooky season as long as they can, well into November. So I'll share a couple things that are still going on if you are not over haunt and if you are not willing to accept the haunt over. So if you're looking for a little hair of the dog, we have some movies coming out this week for you. On Wednesday, November 3rd, we have Marionette. This is going to be on video on demand platforms. And this is about a woman who is reeling from the loss of her husband. And she starts to see a psychiatrist, and things kind of go wrong. And she gets intertwined with a 10-year-old. And she begins this obsession. And it sounds like a very psychological horror. So if that's something that you're into, go ahead and check that out on video on demand. Also coming to video on demand on Friday, November 5th, we have Lanterns Lane. This is about a college graduate and his friends from high school that he is estranged, so didn't have a really relationship with them in college. They all kind of regain their friendship as they return to Lanterns Lane and explore an urban legend, and they end up having to fight to survive the night. So if you're into creature features, go ahead and check out Lanterns Lane. And we also have another video on demand film on Friday. This is The Deep House. And this is a couple of YouTubers who are diving in a remote French lake, and they specialize in underwater exploration. That's what their channel is. And they find a house that's submerged in this super deep water. And it was originally supposed to be this awesome, unique finding. It turns dark very quickly when they find out that the house was the scene of some pretty atrocious crimes. And now they're trapped and their oxygen is running out. So if that interests you, that's on video on demand. And rounding out our films, we have Dead and Beautiful. This is about 5 spoiled, rich Asian 20-somethings, so college age, and they're suffering from the upper class boredom, ennui with life, and they don't know how to spend their days. And in search of some excitement, they go ahead and do an extravagant experience. But then things go wrong, and they find that they've developed vampire fangs and an unquenchable thirst for blood. So if you're into glam vamp films, go ahead and check that out. That's coming to Shudder on Friday, November 5th. So Norm mentioned that there's some events that are still going on, and this is true. So exciting. If you need even another reason to love the Frida, you know we love the Frida. We know you love the Frida. But if you need another reason to love the Frida, here's another one. Every month, they let a volunteer pick a movie to run because, that's what awesome companies do. They spotlight their workers and their employees. And a wonderful place like the Frida can't run without its wonderful volunteers. And this month, Miss Hilary Lang is the volunteer of the month. And she has chosen Philip Kaufman's remake of Don Siegel's 1956 Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So this is the 70s remake, and it stars Donald Sutherland, and that's the film she chose. So we thank you, Hillary, for choosing a very good movie. And there are going to be 4 showings of this film if you want to go check it out at the Frida. It shows tonight at 8 p.m., so right after HorrorBuzz Live. If you're within 30 minutes of the Frida, you can putt over there and check it out. Or there's 3 showings tomorrow at 2:30, 6, and 8:30 p.m. The tickets are $7.50 a pop. That's way worth it. In some cases, that's less than a Starbucks drink. If you order one of those really psycho Starbucks drinks that some people get. So you can see a good movie and have a good time. Delusion Reaper's Remorse has decided they're not done with the fun, so they are running their event until November 21st. If you need a refresher on what Reaper's Remorse is, it's an immersive theatrical experience. And this installment of Delusion stars Esther Phillips, and she's an eccentric kind of recluse collector surrounded by all these artifacts that tell some very spooky tales. They have souls tethered to them. And there is one item in particular, her latest acquisition, and it has some very angry powers inside of it, we'll say. And a rare invitation has been extended to you to come check out her collection and experience the story of Esther Phillips. A regular general admission ticket gets you 1.5 hour experience, which is a really long time to be that immersed in something. If you guys have never experienced something like that, I highly encourage it. You start to forget about the outside world after about 1.5 hours. And you can experience the open world that they have there. So beyond just the guided 1.5 hour experience, there's an entire area, entire world that you step into that you can explore at your leisure before and after your scheduled event time. If you decide to up your game and get the VIP ticket, you get access to an entire floor, an extra floor that the lowly plebes in general admission cannot access, and it's complete with an entire bar, unique experiences, unique characters that you can't see on the other floors, and you get a signed poster from creator John Braver. So that's pretty cool. The tickets run at about $89 to $99 for general admission, depending on the day that you choose. And the VIP is $30 more. So it'll run either $119 or $129. I know that may sound like a lot, but guys, it is worth it. Trust me, you won't be sorry. So if you're interested, you can grab your tickets at enterdelusion.com. I will point out that it is timed. So make sure that you select the date and time that works for you. And if you want to actually go into
Lindsay,
it more, yes.
So I do have to say something about Delusion.
Okay, say it. Let's
if
hear
I
it.
may.
Please, you have the floor.
So I've held Esther's artifact twice. I've been several times, and yeah, that's some scary stuff. And what it turns out to be is not something that you want to be holding or even looking at. So, what I can tell you is that these tickets are very much worth it, and you need to go. It's spooky, scary fun. Also, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'm going to totally date myself, but I remember seeing that in the theater with Donald Sutherland. I wasn't with Donald Sutherland, but he was in the movie. And the part where the lady does the weird stuff with her eyes, I can do that.
Please don't, though, because I absolutely hate eye stuff. I'm like, if
Oh,
you
you
want to
do?
do
Really?
it for people, I'll look away. So I'm not even going to look at the camera. No.
There we go. I hope that showed up, but I had to freak everybody out. Anyway, yeah. So that's a damn good film. So
props to Hilary Lang. She picked a good one.
yep, she did. Proceed. Sorry.
Proceeding. So if you're interested in grabbing those tickets, quick recap, you can go to enterdelusion.com and grab them there. Don't sit because they will go. And if you're interested in more of a traditional haunt, so not the immersive theater, you can check out Reign of Terror Haunt. These guys are in Thousand Oaks, and they are still going on. They're going to be going through this week until Saturday, November 6th. And on November 6th, it's a lights out special event. So what that means is the lights are off and you get to see the maze in a whole new light, pun not intended, but I'm okay with it. I'll allow it. And you get to trade in the adrenaline of all the lights and the fog and, you know, the music for like something completely different, something much more creepy and internal, and your mind starts to wander and kind of does the scaring for you. It creates this whole world that you can't see. And this is at a new facility. So if you are familiar with Reign of Terror, they're at the Jan's Marketplace now. And they have a new layout, new sequence of attractions. So if you feel like you've been, you haven't, it's different this time. More twists. They have a new attraction called the Unhallowed Ground. And it features something called the Monks of Pagan Scriptures. And there's all new characters, props, you name it. They've revamped it, and you don't want to miss it. They are open 7 to 11 on Fridays and Saturdays and 7 to 10 on Thursdays and Sundays. Regular admission is $30 if you just want to go in and experience. But if you don't want to wait in lines, if lines aren't for you, immediate access is $55. And this is running well into November, and it's kind of I don't want to say indefinite, but there's dates into February 2022. So you've got a little bit of time to see this. But if you're looking for something to do in the LA area, there is something called the Icons of Darkness. It is the largest collection of sci-fi, fantasy, horror, props, costumes, artifacts from all different sorts of film and television shows. So if you're a...
Okay, wait. I've been to it.
Yes.
And it is amazing.
Like blow your mind amazing. I haven't
Like
been
blow
yet. I
your
want
mind
to.
amazing. Like they have, everybody, listen. They have, no, I'm not kidding. They have the original xenomorph costume from the original Alien film. They have it.
Wow. See, that's
And
like...
you can see it. It's there. It's that alone is worth the price of admission. But no, they have a lot more. They have a lot of screen used or hero costumes. One of them was Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman suit. Okay. Then Michael Keaton's original bat suit from the original 1989 Tim Burton film. They have it.
Wow.
They even have the ones from Schumacher's nipple Batmans. They have those suits too. But like it is a total geek-gasm. And what's worse is that's not even half of it. So they're working toward opening a bigger exhibit. So
see,
just not even kidding. Dude, they have, I'm sorry to hijack this, but they have
hijack away.
They have, speaking of Jack, they have Jack Nicholson's original costume, his clothing that he wore from The Shining.
Who'd they have to murder to get this stuff?
Jack Nicholson. Has he been in anything?
The conspiracy has started. It started here, folks. You heard it.
Oh, it's something. It is really something. And Okay. One last thing that I know. I'm sorry. One last thing that completely blew my mind. They have the little spider head from John Carpenter's The Thing. Yes, they have the puppet, the head that turned
Yeah,
into
the
a
head that
spider with the
yeah.
eyes. They have it. Now,
That's
it was in disrepair and they had to restore it a bit. But it still looks like, you know, what it did in the movie, and you're just blown away. You're just like, I'm next to movie history. Like, and what I think the only disservice that the exhibit has is that it is so crammed full of cool stuff that you easily need 20 minutes for each tiny section to look at it and to really absorb it. Um, but it is worth every single penny. I mean,
So
they
are
have
they
a
looking for a bigger venue? Is
yeah,
that, do
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
They're
Okay.
no, they're building it.
Oh, they're building it.
They're getting that all together. Meanwhile, on the corner of Hollywood and Highland, attached to the Hollywood and Highland complex, is their temporary exhibit that goes
Hmm.
through February.
Hmm.
And if there's anybody that loves the Batman franchise, any horror films, Jurassic Park, they had the original Jurassic Park T-Rex that attacks the kids in the Jeep from the original
Oh
film in
my
90.
gosh.
They have that head, and it's still it's deteriorating because it was in rain, on the set, and it's just like being able to connect with a bit of film history at every single turn, and it's totally worth every price, any penny. So it's so good. So there you go.
Okay, well, if everybody isn't inspired to go see this after Norm's ringing endorsement, then I don't know what's going to get you out and about. So now that you've heard about it, here's how you get to it. It is at the Hollywood and Highland Mall, and tickets are available right now for this temporary exhibit through February 2022. It's $30 for adults, $15 for kids, and $25 if you have a military ID. And you can book your date online at iconsofdarkness.com. Do not miss it. You heard it here. I'm not going to miss it. So I'm going to book my ticket as soon as I can, as soon as we get off of here. And that's what we've got. So you've got options, guys. Haunt season is not over. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention in December, season screamings. We have with our good friends over at Midsummer Scream. They are going to be putting together a little holiday haunt magic for us December 17th through 19th at the Pasadena Convention Center. It's their version of holiday haunts and horrors. And there's going to be my favorite. I've said this every time I've mentioned it, but I'm going to keep saying it because I love it so much. Their walkthrough area is now called the Yuletides, Hall of Yuletide Spirits, which I love. And there's going to be wandering creatures, and they're all based on winter legends. So if you're a Krampus fan, it's pretty likely you'll get to see him walking around. And of course, there's going to be all kinds of shopping that's sure to grow those Grinchy hearts at least 3 sizes. So we'll see you guys
Not
there in
mine.
December. Not
Nope.
you? Okay, well, everybody except Norm, apparently, because
I
I'm a
don't have a
sucker for
heart.
good merch.
Haha.
You can't grow it if it's not there. Well, you'll get one then. It may be black, but we'll get you one. And now that's what we have for events and
Oh my
scene.
gosh.
I know
And
so much.
scene. Well, yeah, it's been a bit. Also, really quick, I want to say hi to Cam and Cameron and Peter that popped up in the comments. Hi, you guys. If either of you want a copy of the Forever Purge, please let me know. You're the 2 winners, and I'll send it. Anyway,
It
so
looks like Peter said his haunt did really well and that they want
yeah,
them back at Alesmith. That's awesome.
you know what? I would love to focus on some San Diego haunts next year. So please keep us in the loop. And congrats, Peter. So, oh man, yeah. So I think that this year, if it taught us anything, is that the Halloween spirit just doesn't die. It just doesn't. you know.
Seriously. And I mean, I don't know if you'll agree with this, but just some of the things that I went to, it just seemed like the energy from all of the monsters and the all employees on every level, whether it be a scare actor or a blackout or a ticket taker, everybody just seemed so genuinely happy to be where they
Mhm.
were. You know what I mean?
It
I took
it
the time to talk to people, and that was just the mood that I got.
Mhm. Yeah, no question. Like at Knott's, the opening night of Knott's was, "Oh god, I'm
I thought you
tired
were gonna
still.
cry, and then you yawned.
Oh god, I'm tired."
No, but
But the opening night of Knott's was, and yes, tears were, it was ridiculous. Every single maze we went through was off the hook. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, energy was, everybody was coming after us. Um, and at Universal, the mazes were wonderful. At Fright Fest, I mean, everything was good. Everything was really good because everyone was excited and happy. Still, I will say that my favorite mazes, and this is not an official horror buzz announcement or anything. This is just me and my personal opinion. But I loved Curse of Pandora's Box again. Bride of Frankenstein at Universal. Oh, Mesmer was great. But one of the real discoveries was uh, Fear the Experiment in 3D in Chino.
you said it right. I
I
know.
just I spat out words. So that was wonderful. I mean, we actually had a correspondent visit 13th Gate in Louisiana. Orlando killed it again for their 30th year. I think everybody was just really happy to be back, you know, and there was a lot of good work. I don't know if I was hungry or if the energy was crazy or both, but it was one of this more solid years in a long time, you know.
It's
So
true.
yeah, did you get to catch anything while you were around or no?
I got to catch a few things, nowhere near as much as I had wanted to. Life gets in the way, but the few things that I did, like I said, the energy was just crazy. I did get to go to Not Scary Farm, and Mesmer was really something. I just the approach with that one just being so disorienting. I loved that, and I feel like doing something that's less ooga booga and more like mind based. I love stuff like that. So, and I actually also really liked 17th Door this year. I know they did a lot of the same scares, but the additional rooms that they did for anybody that experienced it, that was very intense and very, very fun. Those guys push the envelope and find new ways to frighten the masses. Um, and then, of course, checking out local haunts.
I will say 17th Door, nobody has anything on them in regards to their engineering. Uh,
Seriously.
just and also their set design is just better than Universal Hollywood. I'll say that right now. I'm gonna
Yeah,
throw it
there, I
right to the
mean,
kid. 17th Door kills it on set design and
yes,
production
they,
design. It's just, and they're, like I said, their engineering and uh,
which I'm
they're
assuming you
fiendish.
got to do it this year, Norm?
Not this year, no,
Oh,
but
okay. So their
their
final room
fiendish
is
their fiendish machinations are
second to none.
you know, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. They're pretty solid. So good stuff. Good stuff.
So, I mean, what I noticed is that there was no shortage of events. It seemed like every time I had to like say no to things, which broke my heart, but things would come up, and just having so many options and so many choices and getting to see all levels of haunts, right? So you get to see these like high level, knots. And when I say high level, I'm not speaking to saying that, the other ones aren't good quality. I'm just saying they have a
I would
budget
say
much
like
bigger.
bigger scope.
Yeah, bigger scope. They just have
Yeah.
a budget and a marketing team and people that sell popcorn, like
Oh, speaking of, not to oh god, but
no, do it. It's okay.
home haunts. Home
Yes, that's
haunts
what I
this
was,
year.
I was gonna get into. Yeah, they
Okay, go,
so
go, go. What
good,
did you
right?
see?
Oh, Pirates Cave. Oh my gosh.
That's the one I was gonna talk about.
So good. They're just so talented. That group of people is so talented.
Okay, I have not been that impressed since Rotten Apple in regards to home
Wow.
haunt.
I feel like that's saying something.
It's saying a hell of a lot
Mhm.
because not only did Pirates Cave produce a good event that was scary, but overall it was just damn good. Production design, set design, the layout was clever. The you know the gags they used were clever. The placements of the boo scares were great. And it was long. I couldn't I was just Jeff Heinbuch, we'll get to him in a minute. Jeff Heinbuch, um, he kept telling me, "Go, go, go," and I finally went this year, and yeah, I didn't have words. It was amazing. I was, you know, uh, so Jacob just complete and what's so cool is everybody's into it. The whole team is all into it and performing their scenes and just slaying it, you know. And Prism Haunted House was great down in Mission Viejo. They
Mhm.
they had some issues that I won't get into with the certain ordinances, but the thing is they scaled things back and they really tightened it up and they went back to the basics. And boy, they got some really good scares up in there. Um, David just killed it this year. He and his team just I was just so happy to see the Halloween spirit just come through and just be like, "Arr." So
And it's best embodied, I think, in these home haunts because it's all passion, right? I mean, most of these guys
nothing
spend
but
all year, right? It's just thinking of that all they do is eat, sleep, breathe, haunt, and what they're
like
able to come up with is
seriously,
incredible.
David, like he'll we've oh Elisa saying she didn't get to Pirates Cave. Uh yeah. Lisa, next year, please make sure do not miss Pirates Cave and pay the extra money to get to the front of the line because that line is stupid. But they also deserve the money. Um, and just the way that they snaked the layout to the backyard, to the front yard, through the garage, through the it was I don't it was amazing. Um, yeah. So the home haunts killed it. The
They
the
did.
the major home haunt or the major haunts killed it. Uh, Delusion killed it. Um, I was super impressed with a lot. So
Now, one event I do want to talk about that I did not get to go to is how was Cemetery Lane?
Cemetery Lane was the quintessential Halloween experience.
Oh,
It was perfect. It was as perfect as Origins at Not Scary Farm. It was exactly what you wished you could do as a kid
oh my gosh.
by going up to these beautifully decorated, ornate homes in a safe environment and being able to get some good candy. Not shit candy. Not like raisins and toothbrushes, but good candy, you know? And it was remarkable. It was absolutely remarkable. And I really hope they do it again next year because I will be going a few times. I mean, it was okay, it was better than to me, it was better than, like, the Halloween time Disney Halloween time trick
Mhm.
or treat trail events, stuff like that, because it still had it was large. It seemed large scale, but it had an intimate feel. So and a very spooky feel, not scary, spooky. There were enough families and kids and adults, and everybody was around having a great time. There were amazing costumes. I didn't appreciate the clown area with the train car with clowns projected on it. David, thank you very much. But I got to tell you, I was nothing but absolutely enchanted and impressed by Cemetery Lane. One of the highlights.
I feel like it just makes you nostalgic for something you may have never even experienced. Like I trick-or-treated, but not in a setting like that. That just makes me think of every movie, like every classic Halloween movie where trick-or-treating takes place. Like you get to live that.
The only downside with that location is parking. So get there early. That's
simple,
all.
Quick fix, easy.
But it was absolutely, it was remarkable and wonderful. So I thought it was the best way to spend Halloween. So, did you get to go? No.
No. Oh my gosh.
You missed out. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Well,
thank you.
But hopefully they'll do it next year. I'm still eating from the candy that I collected. So, but before we go, because we are over time again, before we go, I do want to wish Jeff Heimbuck, one of the assistant editors on the site, a very happy birthday. One of my favorite Scorpio, and Scorpio are easily the best sign. I'm sorry. I'm Virgo, okay? And even I know Scorpio are the good ones. So, so he's been at my side since day one of HorrorBuzz, and I convinced him to step into Blackout for the first time years ago, 9 years ago, in fact. And neither of us have been the same since. So anyway, Jeff, happy birthday, sir. And here's to many more years of 7-second reviews and dealing with crazy people. So
happy birthday, Jeff.
Yeah, you jake. Now get off my lawn. So he played a character at Cemetery Lane. He was chasing me off his lawn. It was fabulous. So anyway, so that's that. Anything else to share, Miss Lindsay?
Just what a haunt season. It's one for the books, and it just makes me exponentially more excited for 2022 and beyond. So thank you to everybody who is a creator, who is a scare actor, who is a fan. Thank you guys for being who you are and making this community what it is, because it's truly wonderful.
And thank you for we didn't even get into Larry, but anyway, we'll get to that next week. Oh goddamn. So okay, so just again, thank you everybody for being part of as Lindsay said, part of the haunt community, the horror community, and part of a community that embraces the darkness and supports one another in making fun of just the things that terrify us. And this is why we do it, and this is what we do. And this really, 2021's haunt season really gave me a lot of hope. So thank you. So there you go. Got anything else, Lindsay?
Nope. Stay safe and stay spooky. That's it.
You know what? And as Lovecraft, our dear friends at Lovecraft told us, spooky never sleeps. So
clearly,
there's obviously, look at these bags. My God. Okay, you guys, stay safe, stay spooky, and we will see you in the fog very soon. Be well. I mean.